In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 4 of Hawkeye titled Partners, Am I Right? Now, basically, this episode starts off right where episode 3 left off. We find Jack have that, Ronin sword up to Clint's neck, and it just goes to start everything. And then Jack realizes that he's looking at Hawkeye. Kate's mother comes around, Kate comes out, and then they all sit down and have a discussion. Basically, Kate is telling her mother that, she is partners with Hawkeye. They're doing something in an investigation here and there and everywhere. And as the episode progresses, the episode's really short, I want to say. It's close to 35 minutes, and it's really, really quick. And Kate has a heart-to-heart with Clint at her aunt's place. She brings pizza and everything, and Clint shows her some tricks like flipping a coin, hitting certain marks and everything. And Kate asks Clint, what was the best shot you ever took? And Clint says, it's the one I never should have taken. He goes on about talking about Natasha, and then we get flashbacks of, Clint sitting there reflecting on the blip, and how, we see a scene where Natasha pushes herself off the cliff in Avengers where she died, and everything just goes full circle. Now, all the while that happens, they must find this watch that was from the compound, and because this watch is really, really important, if you use it, of course know what's going to happen, and you definitely know who the watch belongs to. If you don't know who the watch belongs to, then you don't know the story arc of the entire Marvel universe. So basically, they go to this apartment and they find the watch, and Kate doesn't listen at all. She's really annoying at times because she doesn't listen, because she just wants to do things for herself before Clint actually, Clint just, basically marks out things and takes things slow, but Kate just goes right into the situation. So basically, Kate gets into this apartment. She finds the watch, but then she finds a notepad with Clint's name and Clint's family on it. And basically, Clint finds and realizes that these sensors that were on the wall are for deaf people to understand alarms, and they break into Echo's home apartment. And so all of a sudden, Echo comes around. There's a fight scene between Echo, and all of a sudden, Clint is getting attacked. And Clint's like, all right, I'm fighting Echo here. And Kate's like, no, you're not. I'm fighting her. So Kate and Echo are fighting, but then you see Clint fighting someone else, a masked assailant on the opposite side of the roof, with tricks of every crazy things. It's a big, big fight scene between Echo, the masked assailant, Clint, and Kate. And then this masked assailant gets the upper hand on Clint, electrocutes. And if you don't know what these, certain things are, then you don't know who this character is. The character unmasked turns around, it's Yelena. Yelena is in Hawkeye. She comes in because if you didn't see Black Widow, then you don't know the story arc of why she's there and why she wants to kill Clint. But she escapes, and Kate wants to know what's happening. So Clint basically tells her, listen, you don't understand what's happening. They sent a Black Widow assassin after me for many reasons. And of course, if you saw the ending of Black Widow with, how Yelena was evidently told that, Hawkeye or / Ronin was the one who killed Natasha, Black Widow, and now the sister's going after Clint. It's great to see Yelena in this, and I'm really curious to see how her story goes with this, series, and hopefully we get to see more of her, because there's only 2 episodes left, episode 5 and 6. We still don't know who Echo's uncle is. I'm pretty sure it's Kingpin, it's Wilson Fisk, it's Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm curious to see how he comes into it. And from rumors and what I've been hearing, episode 5 is the big culmination episode, which is going to get crazy before the season finale, which is episode 6. So it's going to be crazy for sure. Like I said, it was a really quick episode. Not much happened until after maybe the second act in this episode. It's fast-paced, it's great, it's fantastic, and the fight scene was well choreographed between the 4, people fighting. You had Echo fighting Kate Bishop, you had Clint fighting Yelena, and all of a sudden Echo attacks Yelena, Clint attacks. It's just all over the place, but it's done so well. This episode is very emotional as well, because Kate doesn't understand to stop when she's supposed to, but she doesn't. She just keeps going. And all the while, and the underlining factor in this episode is that before everything, all this happened, at the end, Kate was told by Clint to go get the arrows back from the LARP people. So who's one of them is a cop. So they got the arrows back with the bag, and they go out and they got all the trick arrows back. So they're definitely going to use it. And we also find out that Sloan Ltd. Is a shell corporation for Jack Duquesne to launder money to certain other people. I'm pretty sure that Kingpin is involved in this in a big, big way. And if we see Hawkeye and Kingpin come face to face, trying to understand what's happening, anything's possible. And I'm really, really curious to see what happens in the next 2 episodes of Hawkeye. 6 episodes, you can really, really get a lot in. And I'm hoping that the episodes are longer because they have been really short. But they're really short, but they get the point across, but they just end abruptly and they go into the next episode and then it starts. So I'm really curious to see what happens. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 4 of Hawkeye Partners. Am I right? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Were you excited to see Yelena in this episode? Do you see her story arc really continuing in the next final 2 episodes? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think she'll know the truth about what happened with her sister? And do you think that Clint's actually going to tell her? Or do you think that this is the end of Clint Barton Hawkeye in this series, and then we move on where Kate Bishop takes up the mantle of Hawkeye? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and I'll see you guys in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my episode 5 review of Hawkeye.